Hello everyone, welcome to Movie Explorer, and today we will be watching a movie titled Girl in the Basement, which was released in 2021. Let's get started. In the first scene of the film, a guy is driving a car taking a girl to the hospital. The woman is the girl's mother and she tells the man to go even quicker while the girl tries to breathe. The girl calls the man daddy. The girl suddenly stops breathing and her mother tries to resuscitate her. After the car arrives at the hospital, the man warns the women not to say anything. The main plot begins 20 years earlier. Sarah gets up to depart for a party during a family dinner. But her father, Don, refuses because she didn't ask permission. She claims to have notified her mother, but her father orders her to return to her room. Sarah ignores her father's advice and leaves through her bedroom window with her lover to the party. But her father notices her absence. He becomes disappointed. Sarah has a good time at the party with her boyfriend, and when she returns the next morning, Don has been waiting outside all night. He sees her boyfriend and inquires about him, but Sarah responds that it is none of his business. Don becomes enraged, and Sarah rushes inside through the front door, telling Dawn that she will leave home the day she turns 18. Dawn became enraged and stopped her, telling her that she must follow his rules while living in his home. Suddenly, her mother comes and Dawn leaves Sarah. Later, in a talk with her sister Amy and mother Irene, Sarah confesses her ambition to tour the world after she turns 18. Don is worried by everything and goes to the basement while urgently thinking about his daughter's plan to leave the house. He remembers the secret chamber behind the bookshelf and opens the door and looks inside as he has a plan to stop Sarah from leaving the house. 3 months later, Sarah receives her diploma. After Irene leaves, Don asks Sarah for assistance with bringing a box to the basement, where she discovers a secret door that goes to a chamber and inquires about it. Don says that the previous owner built a bomb shelter, and no one in the house knew there was a secret entrance in the basement. While Sarah is observing the secret chamber from the basement, Don locks the door from the outside. Sarah screams from inside, but the chamber is soundproof. She opens the box and is shocked to see clothes and dresses inside. She screams for help, but it is not audible. She finds a dial pad and tries to open the door with a passcode, but the power goes out after she enters the wrong passcode 3 times. Don could hear the narrow voice of Sarah through the ventilation pipe, so he plugged it with a towel and made sure no sound came from the chamber. The next night, Irene and Amy become anxious, and Irene calls the cops. Meanwhile, Sarah tries to leave the chamber by entering the passcode, but the electricity goes out and the ventilation stops as soon as she enters the incorrect code many times. When Dunn returns to visit Sarah, she tries to push him out the door, but she is unable to do so since the second door is locked. Sarah wants to know why he is doing this. He responds that she must now live according to his preferences and must follow his rules. He informs her that if she wants something, she must earn it. However, Sarah does not answer him. He becomes enraged and strikes her. He rapes Sarah and locks her. Dunn enters the room as a police officer comes to investigate the missing alleged. When the cop asks if anything is missing, Irene assures him that Sarah would never run away like this. But when the officer asks if anything is missing, Don tells him that some clothes in a travel bag are missing, and Don also informs him about Sarah's plans. But Irene refuses to agree to Don's request and tells Sarah that she will never run away without telling her. She also mentions that Sarah hasn't turned 18 yet. Despite this, the officer leaves after submitting a report of a missing individual. One day, Chris, Sarah's boyfriend, arrives at her house with a gift that she requested, but Don misleads him by providing false information. He tells Chris that Sarah had a boyfriend named Steve and that they plan to run away after graduation. Sarah will turn 18 in 21 days. Don came to see her with a red dress and cake as a birthday gift, and she requested a television, but Dunn reminded her that if she wanted something, she had to work for it. Sarah then begged for a clock, which Dunn agreed to, and she got one in the next scene. She attempted to strike Dawn with a food container, but she failed, and Dawn broke her arm and raped her again. Days passed, and Sarah gave birth to a girl whom she named Marie. Dawn brought food and medicine one day as well as a knife. Sarah looked at the knife and kept it away because she was helpless. Sarah's child Marie turned 4 and Dawn impregnated her again. She grew accustomed to the situation, and everything appeared normal. Dawn and Sarah behaved like husband and wife in front of Marie. After Marie went to bed, Sarah asked Dawn to let them go and it's not too late. That provoked Don and he left the chamber. When he arrived at the dinner table, Irene, Sarah's mother, begged for permission to employ a private investigator, but Don exploded and complained about how Irene spent $5,000 on a trip to Florida in search of Sarah. The next day, Sarah gave birth to a child, whom she called Michael. Marie got sick and Don brought medicine, but Sarah told him it's not kids' medicine. Sarah told Don Marie needed a doctor, but Don didn't listen to her, and he left the chamber. Amy met Chris one day and he asked about Sarah. Amy discovered what Don had told Chris about Sarah, and they both suspected Don. Meanwhile, Sarah was pregnant with her third child. Amy and Irene fought with Don while asking why he lied to Chris. Amy took a key bundle that was left on the couch by Don and she headed to the basement to look for the secret entrance, but she couldn't find it. After the birth of the third child, Sarah asked Don to take the child up to the real world and give him a good life. Don agreed, and he took the child. Leave a child at the front door with a letter from Sarah. Irene discovered the baby while taking the baby from the basket, and Irene missed a piece of paper, which Don took it was a message from Sarah. Don retaliated against Sarah by rapping her once again. As Sarah's third child, Marie, grew older, she discouraged Don from looking at her and warned him not to touch her. When they noticed water dripping through the roof, Sarah tried to dig a hole in the roof that opened to the side of the house, hoping to signal someone. A man walking his dog saw the signal and approached the house to inform them. Don aborted Sarah because he beat her in front of the children. Don removed the child's dead body and buried it outdoors. One day, Michael and Marie became enraged and battled with Sarah, mistaking her for the reason they were trapped inside. When Sarah confessed who Don is and what he has done to her, Marie began to have trouble breathing. Both Sarah and Michael tried to make her feel better, but the condition worsened. Don was attacked by Michael after he spoke cruelly to Sarah, but he pushed him away and headed to the chamber. Years passed, and Don began to perceive the basement secret as a threat, so he resolved to murder them. He attached a pipe from the exhaust of his vehicle to the air ventilation of the basement chamber, and as soon as he started to smoke the chamber, Thomas entered and Don stopped the car. In the 20th year, Marie became sicker and the situation worsened. Sarah pleaded with Don to take her to the hospital. After seeing the situation, Don agreed to take her, but he asked Michael to stay back until they arrived. The doctor in charge asked about her medical history and details. Don replied that she was homeschooled and that they always gave her home remedies. The doctor gave a form to fill out. Sarah asked permission to use the restroom. Don refused. Sarah intentionally spilled water on the form. Don went to get a new form. Sarah ran to a police officer and begged for help. Don was arrested by the cops, and Michael was rescued from the chamber. Together, Chris, Sarah's boyfriend, arrives to see her. Chris gives her the gift that he had been saving for a long time and apologizes for not looking for her. The film concludes with Sarah and Chris riding a motorcycle.